Hello, everyone. Welcome to Powwow Spanish Lessons. In this lesson, we're going to talk about the meanings of poor in Spanish. Let's get started. So, poor can mean by and also through. So, in this instance, we're looking at the meaning of poor as for by. So, let's take this sentence. Los carros están pasando por las casas. The cars are passing by the houses. Again, that's los carros están pasando por las casas. Because the cars are passing by the houses. Now let's take a look at the next sentence. We have los carros están pasando por el vecindario. The cars are passing through the neighborhood. So if you see here, you'll see that here is the neighborhood. And then you have the cars, and they're just passing through the neighborhood, going up and down the roads. So that por, that can mean through in this case. It also meant by in the previous slide. But now here you see an example of where it means through. So this is in the sense of the cars are passing through the neighborhood. Next, we have por, which is by means of. So this is a different by. The previous slide prior had by the houses, but this is by means of. So let's look at these examples. Estamos viajando por Shinkansen. We are traveling by bullet train or the Shinkansen. If you're ever in Japan and you get the opportunity to ride this, you should try it. But in this case, this means we're traveling by the Shinkansen. The bullet train is the way that we are traveling. Then we have estamos viajando por tren. So this means we are traveling by train. And this is a way of, depending on where you're traveling to, this is when you can use por to talk about how something was done or a method of something. So in this case, we're talking about methods of traveling or means of traveling, and this is where you can use por. Then we have the last one, estamos viajando por avión. We are traveling by plane. So again, this means by and whatever method of transportation or by means of transportation in this case. Let's continue. Next, we have por, which means by someone. So let's take this example. Here we have a bookstore, we have some books, and we have someone reading it. Let's see here. Estoy leyendo un libro por Tom Clancy. I am reading a book by Tom Clancy. So this means that the book was written by Tom Clancy. I'm reading a book that he wrote. So this is what that by means here, or this is what that por means here. Then we have our next sentence. Este libro fue escrito por Tom Clancy. Again, I'll say this. Este libro fue escrito por Tom Clancy. This book was written by Tom Clancy. And again, por means by, but again, there are many different uses of by. And so that translates into Spanish. So in this case, por means by someone. Let's continue to the next one. Now, for the next one, we have duration. So this is where something takes a long time or something lasts for a particular period of time. And you can use por as a word for a particular amount of time. So let's start with this sentence. Un vuelo de Atlanta a Bogotá dura por 8 horas. A flight from Atlanta to Bogotá lasts for 8 hours. So this means that when you're on that flight, if you are on a flight from Atlanta to Bogotá, it's going to be 8 hours long. So that period of time is called the duration because the flight lasts for that period of time. And in this case, in Spanish, instead of using the para, you can say por, because por also means duration. So you could say un vuelo de Atlanta a Bogotá dura por 8 horas. Now let's take our next sentence. Los niños miraron la tele por 3 horas. The kids watched TV for 3 hours. Again, this is another form of duration. The activity is that the kids are watching the TV and the duration is 3 hours. And in this case, you would use por. And again, that sentence is Los niños miraron la tele por 3 horas. And let's continue. Well, that is the end of today's lesson. And if you have any questions that you would like to have answered, please feel free to send an email to itsapowwow@gmail.com. And I'll be glad to feature your question in our upcoming videos. And thank you very much. And don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. And also join our mailing list. The link to the mailing list is in the description below. Have a great day.